You feel it, don't you? A chill that has nothing to do with the weather. It's the hollow echo of your own footsteps as you run, endlessly, down a path she creates just by walking away. You are a ghost in your own life, a phantom haunting the edges of her awareness. Your thoughts are not your own. They are a constant, looping calculation of her replies, her moods, her movements. Every text you send is a pebble tossed into a vast, silent ocean. You wait for the ripple, but there is only silence, a silence that becomes a deafening roar inside your own skull. This is the dance of the desperate, the frantic, one-sided ballet of pursuit, and you have been taught that this is passion, that this is romance. Here is the brutal truth. It is not. It is a slow erasure of the self, a voluntary surrender of power, and it is the single greatest mistake you are making. To understand why, you must first understand a fundamental law of human psychology, the principle of scarcity. We assign value to that which is rare, and we dismiss that which is abundant. When you are always available, always initiating, always there, you become the common weed. Your attention, your time, your affection, it has no perceived value because it has no cost to her. You are communicating on a subconscious level that your time is less valuable than hers, that your life is on pause, waiting for her to press play. This is not attraction, it is a signal of low status. Now consider the primal dynamic, the hunter and the hunted. For millennia, the chase has been coded into our DNA. The thrill is in the pursuit, the uncertainty, the challenge. By constantly chasing her, you have cast yourself as the hunter and her as the prey. And what is the primary instinct of prey? To run, to create distance, to escape. You think your persistence is a sign of your devotion. She perceives it subconsciously as a threat to her autonomy, a cage being built around her, bar by loving bar. So you must stop. Not as a game, not as a tactic, but as an act of radical self-preservation. You must drop the chase entirely. This is the psychological reversal. When you stop chasing, you don't just become stationary, you create a void, a sudden jarring silence in the symphony of her life where your constant pursuit used to be. The human brain is a pattern recognition machine. It abhors a vacuum. Her subconscious, so accustomed to your energy, your validation, your attention, will register the absence. It's an itch she can't quite place. She might not notice it consciously at first, but she will feel it. A question mark will begin to bloom in her mind. Where did he go? Why did he stop? This is not about ignoring her. This is about focusing on yourself with such intensity that you forget to chase her. You must turn your world inward, reclaim your stolen energy. Let's call him Julian. Julian was an artist, but his art had only one subject, Serafina. His studio was a mausoleum dedicated to her image, canvas after canvas of her face, her eyes, her smile. He lived for her replies. He'd cancel work, ignore friends, abandon his own needs for the mere possibility of seeing her. He was the ultimate pursuer, the perfect gentleman, the constant presence. And Serafina? She felt suffocated. His affection was a heavy blanket on a summer day. It was predictable, overwhelming, and ultimately unexciting. She became distant, polite, and unavailable. One day, after a final, unanswered message, something in Julian broke. Not with a bang, but with a silent, profound crack. He looked at the shrine he had built and saw it for what it was, a tomb. That night, he took a bucket of black paint, and with methodical, heart-wrenching strokes, he painted over every single canvas. He erased her. He killed his obsession to save himself. The silence that followed was terrifying. But then something new began to grow in the darkness. An idea disconnected from her. An image born of his own pain, his own soul. He started creating again, but not for her, for himself. He built strange, beautiful, and haunting sculptures from scrap metal, broken clocks, and discarded bones. His work was dark, authentic, and magnetic. He no longer waited by the phone. He was too busy. His world, once a small room with her portrait, had expanded into a universe of his own making. He had his own gravity now. Meanwhile, Serafina felt the void. The constant stream of attention had vanished. The silence was unsettling. The pattern was broken. One day, a friend showed her an article online, a feature on an explosive new local artist. The artist was Julian. The picture showed one of his haunting, beautiful sculptures. There was no trace of her in his work. It was entirely his. It was powerful, mysterious, and desirable. He had become the rare, glowing flower behind the iron fence. Curiosity, the most potent of human emotions, took hold. The question mark in her mind bloomed into a full-blown obsession. Who was this new Julian? What had happened? That evening, she found herself walking down his street, a street she had avoided for months. She saw the light on in his studio, the strange shadows of his creations dancing on the walls. She stood outside the door for a long time. The hunter had become the observer. The prey had become the pursuer. She took a breath, and she knocked. This is not a fairy tale. Her knocking does not guarantee a happy ending, but it guarantees one thing. The dynamic has irrevocably shifted. He is no longer the chaser. He is the one being chased. The reversal is complete. It was not achieved through manipulation, but through transformation. He didn't play hard to get. He became hard to get by building a life he didn't want to leave. Stop chasing her. It is a game you are guaranteed to lose. Your victory is not in catching her. It is in making yourself the prize. Redirect that frantic chasing energy inward. Build your mind, build your body, build your kingdom. Build a world so compelling, so vibrant, so uniquely you, that you no longer have time to wait for a text. She will feel this shift, this change in gravity. The hunter in her will awaken. The curiosity will become a pull, and the chase will begin again. But this time, you will not be the prey. You are the destination, and whether or not she reaches you is no longer the most important part of your story.